So to summarize Strange Darling, it's about a man who's introduced as the demon, who seemingly is hunting a character known as the Lady for reasons that in the beginning are unknown. However, in the course of 6 chapters, told in a non-linear fashion, we learn why this woman is bleeding from her ear and a man is hunting her down like his freedom depends on it. So, getting to a review portion, first and foremost we have to highlight Willa Fitzgerald, and that's because even though we've seen a few of her productions, I wouldn't say that when it comes to her past work that she is somebody you would call a notable actress. No shade. Because like most, it kind of seemed like she did what she was hired to do, but she didn't necessarily excel to the point of eliciting major acclaim. I'd submit though, when it comes to what she does with Strange Darling, maybe it should be considered something similar to Shailene Woodley when it came from her being in the Secret Life of the American Teenager to The Descendants, was maybe less so about her ability to perform rather than making average to mediocre scripts better than they are. For when it comes to her as the Lady, you may think that it's going to be a generic, attractive actor put into a horror movie scenario, but then it becomes something like, this is probably taking it farther than I should, but then it becomes something like Promising Young Woman or maybe Gone Girl, and with that, you get to see her push this character in a performance that is not only shocking but also entertaining. The next highlight for us is that there is a steady stream of violence there that can keep you engaged throughout the whole story, and as you know, the violence is not something to compensate for a weak point of the film. It's not compensating for the story, characters you don't care about, stuff like that. Instead, I feel like the violence is part of creating a sense of fear for, it's sort of like Cat Person or Fresh in terms of you're not expecting certain things to happen, yet when it does, it kind of shakes you up a little bit. And even though when it comes to some of the violence we see, it's not a likely to happen scenario, but at the same time, it still can trigger a sense of fear. The madness that goes on makes you, a little bit stunned in some ways, and it never creates a sense that, it's just escalating till you build a tolerance in the plateaus, but rather it knows how to sort of have it's not like a heartbeat thing when it's like peaks and valleys, but it's a natural like radio wave flow where it has the violence crescendo, then you kind of have a cool down, then back to being violent. So you're always a little bit kind of in the middle where you're a little bit on edge, yet at the same time you're not overwhelmed or understimulated. It's kind of a perfect balance in some ways. Last but not least, at an hour and 36 minutes, it reminds you why 90 minutes for most films is that perfect runtime, because by no means does this overstay its welcome. Even with it not having a linear story, it knows how to keep you engaged, get in, get out, have you get to know these characters enough to care about who lives or dies, or depending on the character, maybe you be caring about if or when they would die. And I wouldn't even say you'll find yourself checking your phone or watch or whatever, trying to see how much time is left. This is a type of film that knows how to hit you in multiple ways in order to keep you engaged and make it so that even as a singular payout of $15 or so just to see this one movie, you're not going to say, I should have waited till this got on streaming. Overall, when it comes to Strange Darling, I would say it scratches that itch that when it comes to horror thrillers, far too many films feel like placeholders for it gives you the violence, it gives you intriguing characters, and a story that keeps you attentive throughout. And I say it's more than just a one-time watch, but the type of film that you want to share with others to get their reaction to.